Well, g'day everybody, and welcome back to Basket Case. Today is Saturday, and on Wednesday I plan to have this thing on the back of a ute and off to the painter. So the seat has gone out to the upholsterer, and I'll be waiting anxiously to get that back. There are a couple of little jobs that I need to tidy up today, and one of them is to cut the front mudguard to the shape that I want, and another one is to finish mounting that fiberglass by fitting some plastic tube to the bolts and boring the holes out bigger so that I don't have to drill through the nice new paint when it comes back. And the other job I have to do is remove these bearing races, these tapered bearing races. They can come out of there now. So I'll show you how we do that, and we'll have it all nice and ready. So let's get into it. Australian design rules say that your front fender or front mudguard must cover the front tyre from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So what I did was, when I had the front mocked up still, I marked with a permanent marker roughly the shape and position that I wanted to cut the guard in. So now it's just a matter of getting the grinder and going nuts. But you just got to be a little bit careful. You don't want anything flammable in the area or anywhere you're going to be concentrating the sparks. Even things like your watch, you can get molten bits of metal stuck to the crystal glass on it. So make sure that you clear anything away that you don't want covered in grinding dust and sparks. Protect your peepers and start cutting. Okay, that's the bulk of the front of the guard trimmed away. Nice thin cut-off wheel, 1 millimetre, and just be very patient. Don't try and gouge through it in one hit. Do a very faint line first, and the wheel will follow that line once you've established a groove. So we'll turn around now, do the back. I think you'll agree it'll be a much more neat and tidy guard. Okay, very good. So it's a pretty crusty old guard, but once we clean it up and it's painted, it'll look $1,000,000. I'm going to put I've got a sanding disc on here now, and we're just going to use that to deburr and trim the guard. Our custom front fender. Job done. Right, so happy days, ready for the painter. The last video I showed you the belt on the tank, or tried to, but it was mounted so it was a bit hard to see. That's the buckle that I made, so that fits up under the chassis. A little gusset on the frame. This is the angle bracket at the front that holds the aluminium strap. There is a nut cert fitted in that buckle there, and it simply clamps down through the frame like so, and then that runs over the tank. Easy peasy. Okay, so this outer race they're often very tight, difficult to remove, and if you're not going to use them again, the best method to get them out is one of these. So the idea is you weld inside the inner race, and as the weld shrinks, it shrinks the race with it and it just pops out. They never leave you much room to try and bash them out, so we'll give this a whirl. I've used it successfully in the past. Comes. Hey presto. As you can see, you don't have to weld all the way around it, you just need a bit of a bead in there to shrink it up. And that is done. So now all we have to do is flip it over and do the other side. Perfect. Okay, so headstem bearings are now out of the bike, which is another important step in the process on the way to getting it painted. I have a brand new pair from a company called All Balls. All Balls carry headset bearings for pretty well anything, and if you wanted to graft, I don't know, an R1 front end or something on this, they would make up the bearings to suit. They could nearly fit any front end to any frame, so worth getting online and having a look at All Balls Racing. Just unpaid plug. I've used them before. I've got headset bearings for my CB450 and other bits and pieces, so yeah, they're very good. Okay, so one job left, and that is to get the fiberglass seat cowl ready for paint. I don't want to have to drill holes in the fresh paint, so I want to be absolutely sure that it's ready to go. It's all ready to bolt up. The only thing I need to do now is separate the metal components from the fiberglass components, so we don't have any rubbing, wear, squeaking, fracturing. This was the bolt that I was going to use. It's a button head M6 stainless steel bolt. What I found, I would have to use a body washer, and the whole thing's starting to get a bit protruding out from the side of the bike a bit. I had a search online, and on eBay I've managed to find some M6 but with a 14mm head rather than this smaller 10mm head. And that'll give me a little bit more purchase on the fiberglass. So the challenge now is to try and find something to use for separating. I've got this pneumatic tube. It's 8mm tube because it's measured on the OD, and the ID is very, very close. I think I should be able to fairly successfully run a twist drill up the inside and give it some clearance, and then I'll just be able to cut them to length, and I'll have to drill the fiberglass out to suit the tube. So I'm going to have a go at drilling them out now. Okay, well that seems to work okay, and the bolt slides in there nicely. The trick is to not be too greedy with it and don't try and take too big a bite. So now okay, cool, that worked okay. So now I have a little piece of plastic that fits over the bolt and will provide that separation that I'm looking for. So now all I've got to do, that I've proven that it will work, I don't need to make all these now. I can make them when I assemble the bike, but I just wanted to prove it worked. So now I'll just measure the OD of that, which I know is 8mm, and I'll bore the holes in the fiberglass cowl, and so that they fit inside. Okay. Yep, that'll do us. 8.5 it is. That is beautiful. Okay, just drill out the other 3 and we are done. That'll be good. So when the ones with the bigger heads arrive, I'll put a little bit of 1.5mm rubber between the head and the fiberglass as well to help prevent it from rubbing on the outside. So that's it. Exciting day. We are ready for paint. So all I have to do now is get it all packed up and put it on the ute on Wednesday and get it off to the painters. So looking forward to that one. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on Basket Case.